know one thing. The Milwaukee line is not on the weather deck. But other than that, we don't know where it is. Everyone has their eyes peeled for it, including one Wisconsin native who's back in town.
He was in town for vacation, but he spent most of it on the hunt. Julie Collins brings us his story as they hiked the Milwaukee River this morning.
Kurt Zuelsdorf is an urban wildlife tracker. Growing up on the Huertan Marsh, he finds this work his passion.
Look at the wildlife tracks. We got deer tracks, raccoon.
This morning, he is on the hunt for the Milwaukee lion, and I went with.
Watch your ankles.
He now lives in Florida tracking coyotes, but visits family and friends in Milwaukee once a month. This past weekend, he spent hours looking at the sky at the Air and Water Show,
which was just fantastic. That's the best one I've ever seen.
And on Monday, he's spending his last few hours of vacation looking at the ground.
He's got about 6 hours left to try to see if I might get an eye on him, which is ultimately what I'd like to do.
He's walked the Milwaukee River bottoms for hours.
I believe I've probably covered about 12 miles.
He believes what everyone is looking for is a wildcat.
By the looks of that video that we saw, that everybody's been looking at, it kind of looks like a female African lion.
And he says it's no surprise to him that this animal is in the area.
Over the past several years, cougars have been pressing further to the east. Just a couple years ago, they have 2 documented sightings in northern Wisconsin.
He believes the cat is moving north, saying it's likely 5 or 8 miles north of 31st and Cameron, the last place it was seen.
And they can move at 25, 30 miles an hour.
Adding it will be tough to find it in this thick vegetation.
They're only knee-high at the shoulder. So if their head is down moving through short grass, you're not going to see them.
And Kurt says we may never see the animal again.
It's possible he can move through here in just a couple of days. And he could have been doing this for years, making a spring run down through here for the fawns and for the deer, and to then back up and out somewhere.
Well, Kurt doesn't know if the animal is still in the Milwaukee area or not, but says it's a sign of what he believes will continue to happen as more wildlife move east. He says large cats play a crucial part in the ecosystem by taking out the weaker animals and cleaning up the environment, adding us humans may need to begin to learn how to live with these urban animals. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Julie Collins.
Hello, my name is Kurt Zuelsdorf, and last time I was here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin was this summer when we were doing a story on what was known as the Milwaukee lion. It was a big cat that was sighted in several areas along the Milwaukee River. A lot of people thought it was a captured house cat or a loose house cat. It's been my belief that these big cats have been coming out of northern Wisconsin due to the growing population of wolf that we have here. And I believe it lives in winters and raises its cubs out here in what's known as the Niagara Escarpment. This escarpment goes all the way from northern Illinois through Wisconsin up into upper Michigan, Ontario, Canada, and over into New York, where the river falls over it. It's known as the Niagara Falls. You can see the terrain here is very steep, it's very tough. A cat would definitely have an advantage being high up on the bluff here, and it has everything it needs to spend an entire winter here. Farmers don't come up here. Most of it's private land, so you can't access it. Perfect habitat for a big cat.
We need Brother Mark. We forgot to have you, Mark.
Yeah, you got to put our cat sighting in. What would that have been? 1968, 67? What year? Because you were 16 because you were driving.
That was
the Jeep, wasn't it? That wasn't the Bronco.
And that was at Herrick's Woods.
Was it Herrick's?
South in town, yeah.
What year?
We were out,
To say what they were.
I'm going to say probably 1968, 69.
Yeah.
We were out.
Take the pen.
Accordingly, we were always coon hunting with Pierre, but Pierre was never much of a coon hunter.
Right.
So Pierre picked up on a scent one night and got away from us, and we were out, and we walked back to the truck to try to head him off, and we could hear Pierre coming down the field toward us, and all of a sudden this cat pops out in front of us about 50 yards out. Dad handed me the pistol to get a couple of shots, so that didn't work out so good. But definitely a big cat, long tail, crossed out in front of us and moved on. And we could hear Pierre coming, so we knew Pierre was coming. We got down to cut him off at the pass to pick up the dog so we could chase this cat. And he snuck around us and kept chasing her for a couple more hours. And we came back later, and and the dog Pierre gave up on it. We went the next night to try again, chased it for a while, and never picked up on it again. But
Wow.
that was just south of town. Gotta look here once.
I thought we were out on E. So it was Herrick's.
I thought it again. But
Wow.
that was just south of town. Gotta look here once.
I thought we were out on E. So it was Herrick's.
That's what Dad always used to say.
Eric's Woods is in between Fox Road and Highway 33. This is a big section in here. There's a big woods, and right along the road here on St. Helena Road is where we saw that.
Draw a line off to the side and put a year on that for me.
Yeah, big cat. Yeah, it was probably 68 or 69.
Yeah.
What about that cat?
Yeah. It was, so Dad had his
Right about
32
there.
pistol. He did take a couple shots at it.
Yeah, never did. He did. No, we did not.
Oh, he did not take shots. I know he had the pistol.
We were going to try to get some shots, but it
Yeah.
didn't work.
Here's some more of the escarpment here with a real nice rock ledge. If you look kind of close, right there, you can see what might appear to be a cave. Certainly an overhang that would give them protection from the elements here. But once again, this is all private property that you can't access to go explore. Big Cat has all the privacy it needs staying in this escarpment and traveling without being seen.